Welcome to Durbania Live, our sixth annual Thanksgiving edition. Thanksgiving for the nerds. Thank you all so much for joining us. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
And this is our live Thanksgiving edition, number 6. So it's our sixth one, but the first one we have ever done live. So thank you so much, all of you joining us right now.
Yes,
it's been
hello.
fun having conversations with you in the comments right before we went live about what you're thankful for. So we're going to be talking about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about what Laura and I have been watching here during 2020.
Let me tell you, it was hard to come up with some this year.
But what we're going to be doing is picking characters from movies, good guys, bad guys, it doesn't matter, and coming up with something ridiculous or fun that we think they are thankful for this year.
Yes.
So be thinking about yours, because we're going to go through ours and then jump over into those comments. And we want to hear from you. What have you been watching this year? And what do you think some of those characters might be thankful for? I definitely got to say a huge thank you to all my patrons.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for supporting Durbania. It means so much to us. So thank y'all so much. All right, so let's dive into this. Laura, let's go with your number 1.
Well, or number 3 as we count down.
I guess number 3.
So this is the last movie I've seen in movie theaters. It came out at the beginning of May, but Ian and Barley are thankful that the Quest of Yore, the board game that Barley loves so much, was accurate to what the creatures were able to do in real life. Because let me tell you, if he went, oh, that character could do this. Oh, that character is a level this. And they weren't.
Ooh. Can you imagine if the game was exaggerating or off? That would have been bad.
I think they're very happy. And Ian is very thankful for Barley's help and all of that.
I definitely think so too. So this Thanksgiving, they're sitting around the table, thankful that they aren't dead because everything worked out the way it was.
Magic is back.
Yes, and magic is back
Real
in the
magic.
world. Well, something I've been watching a lot recently, and consequently she has. I've been doing my Smallville series.
A lot of watching.
A lot. You know what? It is fun. But can I just be honest with you for a second? That is a lot of Smallville.
It is.
But I have come to this conclusion that this Thanksgiving, sitting around the table, Clark is thankful Lana got infused with kryptonite.
I disagree with that. I think Lois is thankful that Lana got infected with kryptonite.
Okay, yeah, that's true. By the way, spoilers.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the spoilers are for more of the newer stuff coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna be hitting some Star Warsy stuff, and there's gonna be spoilers. But yes, Lois, Clark, they are both so thankful that Lana stole that stupid nanotech suit from Lex Luthor.
Off the show.
Found that kryptonite bomb and absorbed all of the poor Clark can't come near her. So now we have a Clark that, according to Crisis on Infinite Earths, has wimped out and given up his powers.
I choose to ignore that.
Yeah, well, 10 years of build-up to he gave up his powers, when the show has explicitly told us Lex Luthor as president is the most dangerous thing that can happen, and now he just gave up his powers.
He's a little passionate about Smallville.
The point is no matter what, Lois and Clark are sitting around the table this Thanksgiving, thankful they have never, ever heard from Lana ever again.
Thank goodness.
Are you ready for your next one?
Yes. Mine is from the movie The Old Guard. Andy is thankful for modern medicine. Now, if you haven't seen this movie, then you should know that these characters heal a lot over time. And eventually it just stops. And you never know when the last time's going to be. And so Andy's last time happened. But she was severely wounded, but because of modern medicine, she's still alive.
That must be weird to be an immortal
and then have to deal with pain.
Yeah, completely go centuries, and then all of a sudden now you're just mortal. Yeah, I bet you she is, but
now the goal is to stay alive.
But now can she get a good insurance plan?
We'll see.
I mean,
she doesn't care.
Is immortality a pre-existing condition? Okay, there's no insurance. Whatever. All right. So my next one comes from the Star Wars universe. Are you prepared for some Mandalorian and Star Wars spoilers? 3, 2, 1. This Thanksgiving, though Snoke is dead, somewhere he is thankful for Baby Yoda. Now, this mostly comes from a theory because of episode 4 of season 2 of The Mandalorian. So, diving into this right now, here's what I think. Yes, we have the reveal of those dark troopers, and that's probably what Moff Gideon is using Yoda's blood and the midichlorian count in his blood to create. So there are these force sensitive troopers. But I kind of have this theory that he's being a little bit like the Red Skull. You know, the Red Skull broke away from the Nazis and did his own science division with his own experiments. I think that Snoke and eventually Palpatine came from these very same experience and probably from the midichlorian count and Baby Yoda's blood.
I agree.
I'm incredibly curious what you guys think about that. So when we jump to the comments, make sure you come back to that because I want to hear your thoughts if you've seen the latest Mandalorian, what you think. But here's my evidence. You ready for my evidence? Now, if you look on the left, that's Mandalorian. And if you look on the right, that's Snoke. Do you see the similarities? And they talked about catastrophic things where the bodies rejected the blood because it was force sensitive. And that's also part of why Snoke was completely disfigured in The Rise of Skywalker, from what we learned. And so I feel like the Mandalorian is filling in those gaps.
Yes.
I'm so excited about that. Okay, Laura, what is your final character and what are they thankful for this Thanksgiving?
So Ahsoka is thankful that Anakin gave her back her lightsabers.
Oh, yes.
Especially right before he turned dark. I'm sorry. That last, 4 episodes?
It was incredible.
Oh
my gosh.
It was an awesome movie. We watched it with our nephews recently and they loved it. It was so well made. So she's definitely thankful for her lightsabers because that whole ending would not have happened without him.
Yeah, I couldn't help when I was doing the pre-production for this. I watched that scene on Disney Plus where she jumps through the sky and is hurtling down towards the ground with her lightsabers, like slicing ships on her way down. She's
awesome.
She is.
And we're looking forward to seeing if she's in The Mandalorian.
I'm positive she will be.
I mean, they already referenced her, but
not only does she need to be in The Mandalorian, she needs her own darn movie. Like, that's just the way things are.
I want to know what happened to her.
I do too.
Awesome.
Yes.
And to Rex.
And what?
And to Rex.
Yes, and Rex. What happened to Rex?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I guess they have some of that in Star Wars Rebels, but I haven't watched it yet. Okay.
That's true.
Yes. All right. So here is my last one. I think Aang is thankful this Thanksgiving that Zuko kept hunting him down. Now, the picture that I chose, this is the dragon dance.
Oh, yes.
Yes, this is the episode where they find like the last 2 living dragons, and in finding those last 2 living dragons, the colorful fire around them.
Yes.
So they learn to be master fire benders. And so Zuko never would have transformed if he had been hunting down Aang.
Yep.
And because he transformed, he was now able to help Aang become a firebender master and master that last skill.
Yes.
Gosh, I love that show. It's absolutely fantastic.
It was our first time watching it all the way through. I'd seen a couple episodes earlier on. Amazing. If you haven't watched Avatar, watch it.
Yeah, you could definitely head over and check out our review for that whole series. I'm going to scroll through your comments right now because, man, what have we been missing? You guys are active.
I know. Unfortunately, the comments don't pop up right away when we have the slides.
Let's see. Jacob says, I am thankful production of The Mandalorian Season 2 was finished just days before the pandemic shutdown. So we got this amazing season on time with no additional delays.
Agreed.
Laura, why don't you go ahead and say one of the other things you're thankful for because it goes along with that about Disney Plus.
Oh, well, this was my backup. Disney Plus is thankful that it launched 4 months before a pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Because honestly, their sales skyrocketed. And honestly, it probably helps with all the theme park closures and all the other things that they're bleeding money out of right now.
Yes, they're very thankful right now. Jonathan says, I'm in Canada, so Thanksgiving is already past.
Oh, yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Thanksgiving to you guys. Wow.
Happy belated Thanksgiving.
You guys do it so early. You know, if we all just did it at the same time, think of the massive Thanksgiving party we could all have. So anyway, just let's see here. Let's see here. I'm thankful M. Night never got to make a sequel to The Last Airbender, so we don't have to suffer the butchering of characters like Toph and Azula. I think I'm thankful for that too.
What was that about?
Ong. How do you do all of that research and you spend millions of dollars on a movie?
And it was so disappointing.
Yes. Oh, it's so sad. Wait, hold on. This is a good one. Isn't everybody thankful for Baby Yoda? Yes.
The good old child.
For sure. We are all definitely thankful for Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Look at Falcon B. This is so nice. I'm thankful for you guys.
Oh, thank you so much, Falcon B.
Oh,
we appreciate that.
Why don't you talk about the Thanksgiving scene in Spider-Man 2002? That was a pretty good scene. Do you remember it?
Which Spider-Man is that
one? The first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Refresh my memory. I've seen it plenty of times.
So he just fights the Green Goblin in a burning fire.
Yes, okay. I remember it now. I'm there.
And so it's actually I could tie this to Smallville too. So this is actually a really cool scene because
he can tie everything to
I can tie everything to Smallville. But to have the Green Goblin sitting there, see the bleeding through Tobey Maguire's shirt, and he figures it out that it's Spider-Man. That's actually a great scene. Yeah. And it's an awkward scene because Peter's trying to keep the secret. Green Goblin's trying to keep his secret. Green Goblin finds out Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Yep. That would have been one awkward Thanksgiving. Let me throw one at you here, buddy. What do you think in that particular Thanksgiving scene? What do you think Peter Parker or Green Goblin was thankful for? I look forward to seeing you.
I can say Green Goblin was thankful that he figured out who Spider-Man was.
Yeah, but it ended up killing him.
Yeah, that's true. He was thankful then, not later.
Hey, Durbin, did you watch Violet Evergarden yet? I'd be thankful for an answer. Well, here's my answer. I have not watched it yet. It is on the list. I just haven't gotten there yet. So thank you again, though, for the reminders because it will be coming. Let's see here. Thankful Clark didn't end up with Lana.
Yes.
I mean, I'm telling you, I love Smallville. I do.
I know, but you
passionately love that show.
My mouth when Lana comes on the set. I'm just like, she needs to go.
Seriously. And I can't say this enough because I love acting. I've done a lot of acting. It's hard to separate, but Kristen Kruk, I think, did the best she could with what she was given.
Oh, yeah, it was how it was written.
But whenever Smallville was trying to sound sly and dark like a Luther, the inflections in her voice
that drove me crazy.
So unbelievably irritating.
Yes, and how she would trying to sound like innocent, but it was so not.
No, it's I don't know, like weird dark Lana in the Lana drama. Hashtag in the Lana drama. Yeah. So I'm editing my season 8 review. That's not going to post this Sunday. I have a special video coming out dedicated to a friend dropping this Sunday. So a week from this Sunday, you will get my season 8 review, which actually right before we started this, I just finishing editing my segment on Lana, like her final 5-episode appearance. But I agree with you. Thankful that Clark did not end up with Lana. Not only would that break canon, but it would just break me. Oh, man. Let's see. Norman Osborn was kind of freaky in that scene. Going back to that Thanksgiving scene.
He was, yes. Yeah.
Well, actually, why am I drawing a blank on his name, the actor's name?
William Dafoe.
Thank you. William Dafoe is a freaky dude.
Yeah.
I love him. Fantastic actor.
I think he's great.
Yes.
I haven't seen all of his works, but everything I've seen, I've liked.
Yeah. Let's see. Then Dale continues. I think Peter was thankful that he didn't get exposed right then and there. Yeah, but what we're learning, though, from the new Spider-Man, apparently Aunt May is pretty supportive of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Into the Spider-Verse.
Thankful for the 3rd act of Endgame. It was a great 3rd act. I'm incredibly thankful for that, too. Let's see. Jonathan says, Peter was probably thankful he saved that baby from the fire and came out alive. Wasn't it a fake baby? Wasn't he like you were like pretending to have a baby?
I honestly don't remember that scene off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's been so long, but I'll go with it. I'm so thankful that Star Wars fans have agreed The Mandalorian is awesome and there's no toxic debates about it. Hold on. We almost had a cancel culture thing because he was eating eggs from a frog character that doesn't exist. And that was like, let's just pretend that part didn't happen. Yeah. The eggs is hilarious.
They were thinking it was genocide.
All right. I'm saying it's hilarious. And the frog people live on.
Yeah. So I mean, he was playing with it. He wanted to take one home as a pet.
And let's just be honest. It's fiction.
And it was adorable.
And it was adorable. But yes, I'm grateful for that too. Lots of toxic Star Wars fandom, especially when you bring up the sequels and prequels. But man, when it comes to the originals for the most part, but also The Mandalorian, there's just a lot of love. And I'm
Yes.
so grateful to have that. What anime did you see over the month? Also, what about the anime ReZero Starting Life at Zero? I haven't watched that one there. Over the last month, we watched.
Castlevania?
No, we did The Blood of Zeus.
Yes, that's right.
And that was pretty interesting. What did you think of Blood of Zeus?
I enjoyed it.
So that was good.
I mean, there was some.
What was that weird dragon one on Netflix we started?
That's what I'm trying to remember. That's
can't
what
remember
I'm
what
thinking
it's
about
called.
right now.
We got 2 episodes in, and I haven't felt the drive to continue it. It wasn't bad, but
Sorry,
it was
we are
weird.
not the best with anime.
We're anime
learning.
noobs with
Yes.
our great introduction being the Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I think that's
Loved
a great
it.
great introduction. Love the final finale of Spider-Man 3. You know what I like
With
about
Sandman?
Yeah.
And okay.
what I love about that for me personally, and I can be thankful for, is the message of forgiveness, because Peter Parker has to learn to forgive the Sandman because apparently he killed his Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
So he had to learn to forgive.
Well,
And
it was an accident.
It-
I mean, it still stinks.
it was
but
I'm stealing your car and it's an accident. I shot you.
I know. Well, it didn't look like he meant to, but whatever.
Yes. But anyway, the point is, I'm actually very grateful for that plotline. That is not my favorite movie or my favorite trilogy of movies, but I am grateful for that ending and that message. Let's see here. Would you want a Smallville movie? 110% yes, I want a Smallville movie.
I'm over here drastically shaking my head no, because they're going to bring Lana into it if they ever did it.
No, they can't. She's full of kryptonite.
They would find a way.
Ah.
Because if they're going to do it, they're going to bring everybody
You,
back.
you took something that sounded so wonderful, Laura, and you dumped
I know,
poison on it.
because the thing is, it would be awesome, but they would dump poison in it. We've seen that.
I guess we have.
I think it ended very well.
Yes.
I love. Oh, my favorite episode is the one where Brainiac comes back and takes Clark to the future.
Yes.
So good.
That is probably also one of my favorite episodes of the entire show.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Even above the series finale.
It was so rewarding.
Yes.
You see what he's going to become, and you see him with Lois, and you see what Lois is like with him. I'm sorry, I haven't even seen that episode in probably like a couple of years, and I still remember it. It's so good.
So Brian Lomax and I are still planning to do our top 5 favorite episodes of the season and but the bottom 5 episodes of the season. If you guys can vote enough, maybe we can get Laura to join us on that, because she is freaking hysterical with her Smallville opinions.
No, my opinions are hysterical while we're watching it, but that might not be ideal for me to be on the show. I'll just give it.
Do you guys watch WWE? No, I do not. But I would have for Stephen Amell.
No, we don't have cable or anything along those lines.
Harry Osborn also had to learn to forgive Peter for his father's death. You know, that is true.
Very true.
Yeah, like when he was run through with the spikes and stuff, like in that last moment, it's like the deception was lifted, and he's like,
no, he's talking about his son had to forgive Peter.
I'm getting characters messed
Yep, you
up.
are.
I am.
That's why I'm here.
But going back to Spider-Man 3, yes, the whole forgiveness plot point is amazing, with him forgiving Sandman and Harry Osborn forgiving Peter, and also Peter forgiving Harry. Like, it was very, very cool all the way around, so that when they parted, they truly parted as friends.
Yes, they did.
Let's see. The feels when I saw the death of CT-99 during the Camino arc of Season 3 of Clone Wars. Give me a second. I'm going to remember that. You're going to have to jog my memory.
And the hard part for me with Clone Wars is Chris watched some of it without me, so I only started watching at the end, so I'm not sure who that is.
It's been so long since I saw Season 3.
I know, I want to
jog my memory, and I bet you all agree with you. Gave me the feels, because to me, Clone Wars, as each season progressed, it kept getting better and better. For me, though, where it really got good was like Season 4 onward. It got dark. It got deep. It was incredible. I love Clone Wars like past Season 4. Well, I mean, I love the whole show, but yeah. Let's hope Lana wouldn't return. Yes, definitely, for sure. Let's see. That was probably one of my favorite movie moments of all time.
Nice.
Jacob says, what's your definitive Thanksgiving movie? I'm going with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I don't know. Do you have one?
Well, for me, but mine veers more towards, well, no, wait. Okay, sorry. Home Alone.
Yes, that's more Christmas.
I know it's more Christmas, but it used to play on Thanksgiving.
True.
And my family would watch it. So it fits our Thanksgiving thing. And then if not White Christmas, but that's also, a Christmas movie. And I swear I'm like I still know all the songs.
Yeah.
The kid in me.
I feel like I'm in the same boat. Like if I'm going to give a Thanksgiving movie, it would probably end up being a Christmas movie, like A Christmas Story, or something like that. So
you don't know one.
Yeah, what is your favorite Thanksgiving movie, Jacob?
Mine's Home Alone. I have one.
That's a Christmas movie.
Doesn't matter.
Let's see. Also, Rising of the Shield Hero on your anime list. I will put it on my list.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I do have a lot of anime to catch up on.
You do.
And now that I've seen more of that world, I do want to see more of that world. Let us see here.
Gotta figure out where you're
Barbara Williams. Oh my gosh,
hey,
love
Barbara.
seeing you both.
Love you.
Happy Gobble Gobble Day, everyone.
Yes.
Good to see you, Barbara. And I am hungry now that we've talked about Gobble Gobble Day. Let's see here. Durbin, what are your thoughts on a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving? This and Mayflower Voyagers deserve a review. I haven't seen a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving in a long time.
Neither have I. My family didn't watch that growing up.
Yes, and what really sticks out to me is the Halloween one with the Great Pumpkin and the Christmas one. So I know I've seen the Thanksgiving. So yeah, you're right. That probably definitely deserves a review, and it's been too long.
I know. I hate to say maybe next year, but because Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
That's
Aaron,
if you could remind me next Thanksgiving.
I'll try to remember too. I've got more of that steel trap.
Let's see here. The anime guy. It's the episode of Domino Squad Survivors went back to Camino. All right.
Oh, that's for the Clone Wars when he said it gave him.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm due for
I kind of remember you telling me about that episode.
It's just gone from my brain.
I didn't watch it. I wish I did.
I feel
now.
horrible. You know why it's gone from my brain? Because I have watched the last 4 episodes of season 7 multiple times now. I think that's why. It's not. That's just where that's at.
I gotta watch the first 4 seasons. I think I started with 5 with you.
Let's see. Oh, this is what I meant to go to. Rocky. I don't know why. I guess that'd be a good Thanksgiving movie.
I like it.
We need a good Thanksgiving horror film. Not enough of them.
That would be fun.
I would see a Thanksgiving horror film.
I am not a huge horror fan, and because of that, he loves it when I'm in there because I probably laugh more than I should be scared.
One day, I'm going to figure this out. And so Cody Leach helped me with this. Going to find the perfect horror movie because she has the wrong reactions to everything. For instance,
so
what is your favorite line in the Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator?
Stick around.
Okay.
And then in Halloween with Michael Myers,
the original Halloween,
Michael Myers stabs the guy to the wall, and the entire time I like to stick around for the rest of the movie because I just could not stop thinking that. I was laughing so hard. Stick around. I do not have a good Schwarzenegger impression, but that's fine.
I love this. DC should cast Durbin as Green Lantern in a Smallville movie. I'm down, man. I don't even care which lantern. Just give me the ring. I'll be that lantern.
He doesn't care which part. He just wants to be in it.
Yes, I'm down.
But he loves the Green Lantern.
To be part of the Smallville verse. I am 110% there. Woo! Jacob, I'm currently watching the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special while watching this live stream. Nice. It's a classic. Nice.
You need to watch it.
I have a hard time doing 2 things like that at once.
That can be something I watch with my niece and nephew, maybe.
But you know, I was born in the 80s, so my childhood is analog, my adulthood is digital, so I haven't developed that talent of watching something here and watching something there yet. I bet you I'll get there.
I'm the same age as you, and I can do it.
Well, you're special. Cody just tweeted something right after you said his name. Perfect timing. That's because he knows he needs to give me a good horror movie so I can film Laura's reactions while we're watching it. Durbin will play the Pink Lantern in the cone. Well, you know what? I would. But you know what? Their power is love. So, that's a good power.
He loves hard.
Actually, I think if I was going to be a caller like that, make me the purple one. Because what I remember...
Which one's purple?
They are mysterious. No, indigo. That's what they are. But they are mysterious.
No, that's not you. You'd probably be like the blue one. The blue one's awesome.
The blue one is awesome, but then they're only really powerful when they're with the Green Lantern.
So, then I'll be the Green Lantern.
Well, I wouldn't be green.
Well, then I'll be blue.
Oh, whatever. Okay. Knives Out is my favorite Thanksgiving movie. I rewatched it today and it's so good. That is a good one.
We watched that last year.
Yeah, we did, but on the big screen, one of our final movies in the before time.
Yeah,
when people used to go out
at the end of 2019.
Hey, you know what I'm grateful for? We finally just got the New Mutants on Blu-ray,
Yeah,
so
we're gonna watch
tonight
that.
I get to watch the New Mutants for the first time. I'm so excited for
Yes,
that.
because none of our movie theaters have opened.
Oh my gosh, are they open for a day and close again?
Yeah.
Dude, even in the end, as Order 66 was enacted, Ahsoka didn't want to kill any of her boys of the 501st, even when they did their hardest to kill her and Rex.
I know.
That's what made Order 66 and those final episodes so amazing. So this is why I will remember that plot line you're talking about in season 3 when I go back and rewatch it. But that's why, it's not popping up in my head because, you have season 5 with that Order 66 malfunction in 5s, which is really heart-wrenching and sad. Then you had season 6 where Yoda learns how to become a Force ghost, which is completely epic. And then you have season 7 with all of this stuff. It's just cool. I mean, I think that retroactively, the Clone Wars makes the prequels good. The Smallville Green Arrow should have been Oliver Queen in the TV show. When it first started, before I saw the first episode and they're doing the previews, I thought that.
With the one with Stephen Amell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He says, the Smallville Green Arrow should have been
Justin,
the Oliver Queen in the TV show.
I can't remember what his last name is.
But I really like, especially the first 2 seasons of Arrow. Now, when you get to season 4 of Arrow and beyond, it could have just been Justin Hartley because it was just ridiculous season 4 onward. But those first 2 seasons of Arrow were pretty.
I don't know. Well, no, Justin Hartley probably could have done it. I'm trying to think of the physicality that goes into it.
It's true. And then it would have been a spin-off show where we knew Clark was Superman somewhere.
Yeah, and so then they would have had to bring Clark in. I think he was done.
He might have been done. They kind of overextended him on that show for sure. Do you have a favorite rock band? Do you have one, Laura?
See, I grew up sheltered. So I didn't listen to a lot of music growing up. And so when I was a kid, it was the Beach Boys. I don't know if they're considered a rock band. And really now I just like anything with a good beat. I like it. So I don't really have a favorite band. I do like Skillet a lot because they have that hard rock beat and it's Christian music. But there's not anybody that stands out.
So 14 years in Christian radio, I would probably say my favorite rock band is Skillet. In some of the years, I've kind of been up and down with some of their albums, but for the most part, they're really good.
They're just good.
And they got a lot of great singles, a lot of great songs, and, they're really, really good. I mean, I like 1,000 Foot Crutch. I like Pillar. I like...
Amberlynn.
Amberlynn's broken up a long time ago, but yeah, they're good. I mean, there's a lot. Demon Hunter, Project 86. There's a lot of great Christian hardcore rock bands out there.
I only see his CDs that he has from back in the day.
Oh, yes. I got to start buying some new stuff. Hey, you two, I haven't said anything. What's your least favorite Thanksgiving food? What is your least favorite?
I want to say stuffing.
I'm
sorry. My family never did green bean casserole. Okay. That would totally be it because I hate green beans.
Yeah, I don't like the green beans. I don't like the jammy stuff either.
Cranberry sauce.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like stuffing that's because I don't really like celery, and normally there's a bunch of celery.
But everything else, I smother so much in gravy. That is mostly what I taste. But you can't really smother the cranberries in gravy and have that be good.
His favorite is gravy.
Yeah.
We're thankful for gravy.
I am very thankful for gravy. That is definitely my favorite Thanksgiving food. Hope you enjoyed The New Mutants. It was one of the first movies I saw when theaters opened in my area. And personally, it was the most okay movie I've ever seen. Okay.
Well, we figured since we're watching it on, our TV and we didn't have to pay the big bucks of a movie theater, we figured it'll be fun.
That's what I'm hoping for. So... nothing offended me in that movie. It just could have been so much better with its premise. Okay, well, that's good to know. So I'll go in with even expectations. Yeah. That's a good review. Let's see. Now we have this. Tanoku, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Tanoku Kwai, another anime to add. It's about a guy who meets... you need to private message me on Facebook or Twitter and just give me the list so I can print it out and check it off because you're giving me a lot of good stuff. And I really do want to have the physical list in front of me. So definitely send that. I appreciate that because I do want to get more into that world. So thank you so much. Let's see here. Who's your favorite Smallville cast member that's not part of the main cast? I'm going to go with Martian Manhunter.
Oh man, that you took it from me.
Because he's not really main cast. Like, he gets more important, but he's not really main cast.
Yeah, because if you were main cast, it'd be Erica Durance.
And I just like, and I just like his character. It's a great character. Come on, who do you got? Who do you got? You got somebody. It's cooking.
Is Oliver Queen considered part of the main cast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially in the latter
Martian
seasons.
Manhunter then too. I don't really know. That's a hard one for me.
Yeah. Jimmy Olsen did become part of the main cast.
Yes, I like Jimmy Olsen. I felt so bad for him at the end of season 8. We just finished it.
Yeah, we just finished
finally, everything was turning around for him and gone.
Ugh, poor Jimmy.
Yep.
You know what's funny? I'll just go ahead and blow this. It's going to be my season 8 review too. You know, it was one of those things that's kind of risky. Spoilers. Killing off Jimmy Olsen in season 8 of Smallville.
I just said it.
Yeah. But then you go watch Batman vs. Superman, and the Ultimate Edition has Jimmy Olsen for all of 5 minutes, and they shoot him in the head. So, you know, it's not as risky now what they did in Smallville, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about New Mutants. I can't wait to talk about New Mutants in your video. I have seen it twice, enjoyed it. Cool. Nice. Awesome. If I do a video, it'll probably be later next week because of Thanksgiving this week and trying to finish some of the Smallville stuff.
I'm not letting him do as much stuff.
Yes.
He has to spend time with me because I'm off work.
That's so true. But I mean, you know, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm excited to do that because it's been so long. And I'm glad to see interest because I was debating, would there be interest? Like, the movie is been through such production crud for years, and it's been out for a while now. So thank you for letting me know that there's interest. I'm also thankful for a little movie called The Apple.
Oh,
it gave one of the best reviews ever.
That was rough.
You know what, though?
I can't believe I sat through that whole thing, and I stayed awake because it was hard to fall asleep.
Cody Leach and I gave our review of The Apple. Go ahead and give yours.
Rough. I do not recommend that movie to anyone. I can normally find a glimmer of hope, and there was nothing. Was rough.
There was nothing.
It was the glimmer of hope I have is it was so rough that it's like you got to watch it just to be like, was it really that bad? Yes. Yes, it was.
If you have no idea what we're talking about,
don't watch it.
Type in your search right now, Durbania, The Apple.
Yes,
Check out Cody Leach's and I review, and from there you can decide if it's worth your time to waste your life on that movie. But the review is pretty darn hysterical, if I do say so myself. Do you guys listen to the band called Red, and do you plan on doing any song reviews? I do love Red. They are a really great band, and I've
never thought of a song review.
I never thought of doing that. You know, the only reason that I really haven't thought about doing it is I haven't really been big on the music scene since 5 years ago when I left Christian radio.
Yeah.
So if you had asked me back then, and I had started this YouTube channel around then, I think I would have included that in my reviews just because it was part of my profession and I was in it all the time.
Yeah, but you're not in it as much anymore.
Not as much.
It's like he doesn't. We hear the breaking music, but just not right as it breaks.
I mostly hear it through our Alexa device, asking her to play the new Christian hard rock. So so that's kind of where it's at right now. But it's not a bad idea. Maybe, you know, if I get more into it like I used to be, then that could be really good.
Yeah.
Did I read this one up here?
I don't know.
Oh, I missed it. I clicked the wrong one. Here we go. There's a lot of great music, including Beach Boys, based on trailers for movies, including Santa Claus movies. I've been discovering music I haven't heard of, including the Pointer Sisters. Nice.
Ooh, yes. I love oldies. That's what I grew up on because I wasn't allowed to listen to anything. So it was my dad had oldies on. Pointer Sisters is a good one.
Glad to hear you're talking about Skillet. Speaking of Pointed Sisters, John Cooper of Skillet is a very biblical guy and has a podcast out, I believe, and don't remember the name.
He watches it.
It's called Cooper Stuff, and I'm a little bit obsessed with his podcast right now. And I didn't think I would be. Like I saw he did one, and I kind of avoided it for a while. I don't know why, but as soon as I watched the first one, I was hooked. So every Monday when he drops a new episode of Cooper Stuff, I'm watching it. So I guess that's a plug for Cooper Stuff. Yeah. It's a little controversial depending on where you stand, but he has very good reasonings behind what he's saying. So you can tell he's intelligent. He's thought it out. Yes. He's a smart guy, and plus great music. And I'm looking forward to getting a hold of his new book, Awake and Alive. There we go. A huge John Cooper plug because I am really enjoying his podcast as well. So awesome. Thank you for bringing that up, Sean. That it is a really fun podcast. Do you prefer turkey or ham? I go with turkey.
Turkey.
Yes, especially for Thanksgiving.
Yes. I just like turkey in general better because I can smother it with gravy. Yeah, you can smother it with gravy, but it's not the same.
Let's see. Favorite Christmas songs. Mine is Do You Hear What I Hear? You know, Do You Hear What I Hear is a song that creeps me out. And it creeps me out because I never heard that song before. When I was a kid, the first time I ever heard it was in the movie Gremlins. And it's when the gremlin is hiding in the attic and it turns on the record player and it's like, do you hear what I hear? And the woman's like scared carrying a knife up to the attic and there's a gremlin hiding up there. That song gives me the heebie-jeebies because of that movie.
Oh, I have a lot of favorites at Christmas songs. First Noel's great. I can't get Little Drummer Boy out of my head, but now I'm thinking about Angela and Dwight in the Christmas episode and her singing that.
That's so great.
I know, but and now I can't get that song out of my head. I can't think. Joy to the World. Did I say that one already? I'm not sure, but Joy to the World's great too.
All right, Laura. We did our Thanksgiving movie. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
White Christmas. It's still up there. I grew up on that. We watched it so many times. I mean, my sisters and I, we even performed White Christmas for my parents. My poor parents.
Yep.
But they probably looked at it as we spent like 2-3 hours practicing, and then we performed for them for a half hour. So we were out of their hair for 3.5 hours until we performed for them. So
yep,
it worked in their favor, but it's White Christmas.
I have a lot of favorites, but I definitely have a soft spot for Scrooged.
Oh, Scrooge!
That is really fun. And Jacob said it's a Wonderful Life.
And a lot of the Christmas carols are great too. And A Wonderful Life, but there's a lot of good Christmas movies.
Ah, yes, Cooper stuff. My best friend loves the guy, so that's awesome. You're into it as well. Yes, I am. So it is a good podcast and a great band. So very cool. I've noticed something. The biggest Thanksgiving tradition is to just skip and start talking about Christmas. You know what? There is
I'm
truth
not gonna
to that.
lie. Our Christmas tree is already up.
Yes.
We didn't have a Christmas tree the first 10 years of our marriage because we almost were never home. And somebody gave us one last year. And I'm really glad because with quarantine time, it makes our house look so nice.
It really does.
It brightens it up and makes you happy, especially now that it's dark, by the time I get home from work.
But that's why we're doing this.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, we keep jumping and talking about Christmas, but it is a Thanksgiving edition. Yes. So here we go.
But I do love Thanksgiving because there's no like pretenses.
Yeah.
About, when it's time to love on each other and get together and be thankful.
So what I had a good one and then it jumped. Oh yeah, I'm on it. What's your favorite non-movie related YouTube channels? Well, one of my favorite is this YouTube channel called Ambassadors of Christ Network. And I like it because the guy who does it, it's mostly voiceover and he does movie clips and stuff. But if you really like to get deep into biblical theology, he does a lot of end time, but he also does a lot of other stuff too. But what I like about this guy, he's well reasoned, he's well studied, he's well thought out. And so I just, even if I find something that he says that I don't totally agree with, I love how he says it. And I love how he presents it with stuff to back it up. So, and it's not boring. It's very interesting how he takes movie clips and ties it together. So that's probably one of my favorite.
And if it's not that, related. It's Aliens, right?
My favorite guilty pleasure show is Ancient Aliens. Aliens! It's so ridiculous that I can't help but love it. It's one of those things I just put on and I just feel good watching it. It cracks me up. So you know what? If I find something similar to Ancient Aliens on YouTube, I can't help but watch it. It cracks me up and it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have, you don't watch YouTube as much as I do?
Don't. Normally when I go on
strictly me, a little Sean Chandler, Cody Leach.
Mainly you. But normally for me it's because unfortunately I get trapped in the Facebook hole. And it's normally I like to watch funny clips and funny little shorts and good news things and things that make you go, oh, that's sweet. It traps you. You just start watching things. Yep. There's one thing after the other. And I always like a lot some of the bits that Ellen does. And,
there you go.
But I don't really go to YouTube for certain things.
She mostly goes to YouTube to support me and to learn how to fix something. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, need to regrout. What's the right way to take this out? There you go.
listen for King and Country's version of Little Drummer Boy. I will
Oh,
listen to that.
that
Yeah.
one is great. I've heard that
Well,
one.
then I've probably heard it. if
Well,
you
I heard it on Radio U. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So that's great.
Awesome. Let's see here. I think I just jumped over a ton of people by accident. My
Sorry
top
if we
3
missed your
Christmas
question.
movies are Elf, Home Alone, and Die Hard. Well, Dale, since Elf is one of your top 3, Sunday morning I'm dropping a theological review on Elf. I already did one, so you could go through and check out my thoughts that I did on it 3 years ago. But I'm doing this as a dedication to a friend where this is also his favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And so I did this for him and Elf through the lens of 2020. Now, does the happy, joyful buddy, is he less relatable with all the stuff we're going on with 2020? Or is he more relatable because maybe there's something in there we need? So I'm dropping that on Sunday. Boom. Mic drop. Let's see. Christmas Vacation is another. I love Christmas Vacation.
I love Christmas Vacation too.
That movie is good.
Elf is great.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to be that person. I've never seen Die Hard all the way through. I've seen it in pieces, so I've seen the whole movie.
Yeah, I get that.
But because when it came out, I was too young.
So are you joining the debate and saying Die Hard is a Christmas movie? You know that is a real massive debate.
It happens around Christmas time, so if you think it's a Christmas movie, it is. That's how I look at it.
Oh man, Laura, you just set the internet on fire. And Baby Yoda was hilarious eating eggs. Boom! We burned the internet down just now. If Clark would have dated the girl in Smallville a lot longer and she didn't go crazy, would you have been okay with it in the show? Do you mean Lana? Because if you mean Lana, no, she is crazy, she's insane, and she's self-entitled.
Who's the girl that can transport herself?
Oh my gosh, Alicia. And if you're talking about Alicia, she was interesting.
I would have liked to have seen a little more of her.
So I could agree with seeing more Alicia. So if you're referring to Alicia, yeah, I would like to have seen more of her. If you're referring to Lana, she should have went to Paris in season 3 and never ever returned.
Stayed.
Oh my, not even a cameo back. I'm telling you, no. Ugh. Okay. Not sure if you're all talking Christmas movie recommendations, but The Christmas Chronicles on Netflix is worth the watch.
I enjoyed that.
Yes, and the sequel dropped today.
Oh,
this is our future sister-in-law.
Oh,
I just saw her name. Hi, Jean.
Hey, Jean.
Yes, I like The Christmas Chronicles. It's fantastic. And
I heard that I only saw a quick review that the second one was just okay.
Well, I mean, it's a sequel. It's always going to be just okay. But I got the notification that it dropped. So
we'll have to check that out.
Yes, we will. But I'm watching New Mutants first.
Yes, you are.
Oh man, you guys are having a blast here.
Yes.
All right. How much longer do you want to go, Laura?
It's up to you.
Okay. Well, all right. Have you seen this movie, Home for the Holidays? It's a young RDJ and Holly Hunter. I don't think I have actually.
A long time ago.
Okay, you have. I don't think I have.
It was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
I don't think I've seen
another Christmas movie, The Holiday, the one that has Jude Law and Cameron Diaz and
oh yeah.
I think that one's cute. Jack Black and Kate Winslet. I enjoyed that one. It's cute.
Let's see. Have you ever watched the YouTube channel We Watched a Movie? I have not. Is that a recommendation?
I'm guessing.
I'm guessing it is. So I might have to check that out. Have you ever watched? Yes, I have. Well, I don't think I've watched Mother Mayhem, but I've watched Will, and I've actually done videos with him, Cody Leach, on their streams and stuff. So yeah, definitely seen their channels. Lots of good stuff. I listened to horror versions of Christmas songs last year. Probably gonna do that. That sounds really.
Send us some recommendations. I would like to hear that.
You ever notice a lot of horror movies come out on Christmas?
Yeah. It's Christmas and Valentine's Day. Come on. You want to scare your significant other into your arms. Oh.
Yes. Laura doesn't fall for that anymore because we're married.
I didn't fall for it when we weren't married. Oh, come on.
Speaking of Die Hard, I have a soft spot for the vault scene. It is quite entertaining. Beethoven music is very calming. The film may be ridiculous, but it's fun with a ton of laughs. The movie is a ton of fun. It is quite ridiculous.
I remember the vault scene.
I think I do too. It's been unlike Laura.
We should watch it.
I have seen it beginning to end. But it's been a long time. I might have to watch it. Maybe I'll do that as a Christmas movie. I feel like
we watched it again when Die Hard 5 came out. And that's I think the last when you watched it last. So it was like 6-7 years ago.
I watched Die Hard for the first time back in May. Instantly fell in love with it. And yes, I also think it's a Christmas movie. There we go.
We go.
Another
Christmas movie.
And Dale, was it hilarious Baby Yoda eating those eggs? Let's really just keep the internet burning then. All right. Y'all got to listen to Keith Whiteley. If you haven't, one of the greatest classic country singers of all time, died too young. Yeah, I'll have to
I've
check that
heard
out.
the name, but yeah, I will check him out. Keith Whiteley? Was that his
Yeah.
last name? Okay.
Are you going to watch Soul Christmas Day? I would probably say yes.
It'll depend.
Here's what I know for sure. We'll be with my family.
Depending.
Okay, depending on how things roll,
Yeah.
the plan is to be with my family. And what I know about my family,
They like to watch movies.
we love sci-fi superhero stuff. So first and foremost on Christmas Day, we will be watching Wonder Woman on HBO Max. Unfortunately, you won't get a review from me until after Christmas, but nonetheless, that is what we will be doing. And then
we'll
probably watch Soul because, of course, it's a great Pixar movie. So to answer your question, priority-wise, it's got to be Wonder Woman first, 100%. Afterwards, yeah, we'll probably watch Soul.
Is Soul going to be streamed?
Yes.
Okay.
Straight to stream.
I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't know.
What is the comic book movie you are most thankful for? Give me a second. I'll think about this.
I really liked the first Captain America movie.
That is a great one.
That was like that. I just fell in love with the. Well, I already liked the superhero universe, but I just enjoyed it because I like the story. Also, Thor.
That's a great one.
Which I feel like I'm one of the few people who would say that, but I like the Shakespearean feel to it.
I do too. I'm going to have to go with Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve because that was the movie that made me a Superman fan. I am the Superman fan I am today, the DC fan that I am today, and yes, as much as this might not make sense to some, the Batman fan that I am today. All thanks to that Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Well, that's what got you involved into comic.
That got me into the comic world and all that stuff. And I love Man of Steel. I think it's a fantastic movie, and I don't know why people think it's so bad, but I think Man of Steel is an amazing 21st century Superman, and I love it because of how much I love that Superman movie with Christopher Reeve. Brought me into all of that.
Yes.
So there's my answer. Let's see here. Rank the three from worst to best.
Shrek is number one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what's going against it.
And Kung Fu Panda. Well, let's put it this way.
Shrek number one, Kung Fu Panda 2, B movie 3.
I've never seen B movie, but the trailers look dumb. So
it's cute. You'd like it.
Whatever. I'm putting it in last place.
I like the animated movies more.
Then I'm going to put Shrek. It's in the middle. It's fine, okay? Shrek is your feel-good movie. Kung Fu Panda is mine. Kung Fu Panda is like my favorite.
Whenever I like can quote the whole movie to you. I love Shrek. That is when I am in a bad mood, he knows because I am watching it and quoting it and just laughing hysterically because it is so funny. The second one, great sequel. Third one, unfortunate. Fourth one, not bad. So, but the first one is my favorite. It's probably not as good to somebody who hasn't seen it.
True.
Because it's definitely dated, but it is awesome.
Laura, what is Shrek thankful for this Thanksgiving?
Fiona.
She didn't even think about it. I thought I had her stumped.
Come on.
Oh, man. Poe is grateful that Master Sifu figured out how to train him with food.
True story.
Yes. Let's see. Top 3 Christmas movies would be It's a Wonderful Life, Die Hard, and Black Christmas. I've
never seen Black Christmas.
I haven't either, but I really do like your list. That is a great
top
the
other
list.
Two are awesome. Well, Die Hard, what I know of it is awesome.
Yes, Baby Yoda eating eggs was funnier than most modern comedies.
I love that we've got a lot of people doing that. I was like,
oh my gosh. You know what I should have done? I didn't think about it. I should have recorded a clip of him eating the eggs so we could have played it. But, picture it in your mind. Baby Yoda eating frog eggs. Freaking hysterical. This stream is awesome, you guys. You are very entertaining to watch together.
Thank
you, Dale. I love it when Laura jumps on here with me. I think this is the first time we've done it live, though.
Yes.
We've done
normally
lots of stuff
when
together.
He does live, I'm off screen telling him what the chat box says.
Yes. Best comic book movie, in my opinion, was the first Ghost Rider. I only saw that movie
That's the one with Nicolas Cage, right?
That's the one with Nicolas Cage, right? I'm going to assume.
Is there another Ghost Rider?
That's what I'm assuming. The one where Nicolas Cage's head lights on fire.
Which I enjoyed.
It was fun.
Not my favorite, but I enjoyed it a lot.
I saw an article about Kong vs. Godzilla is going to VOD possibly. What are your thoughts?
Well,
I don't know.
I will say with Godzilla only being 8 minutes on screen or whatever, then VOD would be fine. Yeah. But if they're gonna give us some action, I want to feel it.
Yes.
And I want to feel it where it's like ginormous, larger than life. So it feels like they're larger than life and not the size of my TV screen.
I agree with Laura. I cannot word that any better. Let's see. I think BVS is extremely underrated. I have such mixed feelings about that movie. It's hilarious. But I think I'll agree with you. I think it's underrated. I think people give it a bad rap, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, there's things that drive me nuts in it, but it's not a
I
bad
think the
movie.
reason it got such a bad rap is people had such expectations for a Batman and a Superman movie, and they didn't get it.
Yes.
And so it's a great movie, but just when you go into something thinking it's going to be the best movie and then it falls short, it makes it really difficult.
And divorced because you put Shrek in second.
He can have a difference of opinion
on
some things.
So, Laura, how would you answer Gabriel here? What is your favorite movie?
Okay, so it depends on the mood I'm in. Shrek, as you can tell by how much I just enjoyed that. Lord of the Rings, if I'm in a fantasy mood, or if I just want to watch violence, John Wick. Oh man, I love John Wick. That is I want to watch John Wick now. I like.
Ooh. We're watching New Mutants. Then we can watch John Wick afterwards.
We'll see.
Yes, we sleep in tomorrow. We can watch 2 movies tonight.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving. Yes. Jurassic Park. That's my favorite movie. Yes, always and forever. Oh, Laura, I don't know if you've seen this one. Supergirl, 1984.
Nope, haven't seen it.
Even has a lower Rotten Tomato score than Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Ooh. But there was this comment up here. Do you think Supergirl, there we go, I jumped over that one. Do you think Supergirl 1984 is a bad movie? I enjoy it. I'm in my 20s. Have you?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
So what do you think?
It's on HBO Max. I'm going to make her watch it. It's a complicated question because you got to ask yourself, is it just a bad movie? So bad it's good, or is it good? It's not a good movie in any way, shape, or form. The movie is terrible. But honestly, it's so bad it's good. I rewatched it, I think probably when I discovered it on HBO Max not too long ago.
Wait. Nope, that's the Flying Nun.
Okay.
Never mind.
What? You confused Supergirl with the Flying Nun?
Because they could fly. It threw me off. Sorry. It was an older movie, and I had a clip, and she flew away, and I'm so...
Well, Supergirl is so bad, it's good. So I do have fun. Like the last time I watched it, I was like, this is so terrible. Oh, they have the same Jimmy Olsen from the Christopher Reeve movies. They need to get Christopher Reeve in there. But I'm kind of glad he didn't do it. Just found out though that Supergirl was in season 7 of Smallville playing Lara Clark's mother, so that's really cool. Yeah. I like that.
I like that they did that with Smallville.
Yes, that was cool. And like one thing I didn't talk about in my season 7 review, so I'll say it here: Dean Cain coming into season 7, and he was Jack the Ripper. Hilarious that he's just like this immortal that's been around for a long time. And then you have Tom Welling versus Dean Cain, Superman versus Superman. It's underwhelming, but it's still fun. All right. What comic movie do you find so bad it's amazing? For me, it's Ghost Rider 2. So bad, it's amazing.
I don't think I can say one.
Give me a second. I'll think of it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think I just said it earlier. Supergirl 1984. It's so bad, it's amazing. Like Superman 4, The Quest for Peace is just dumb. But Supergirl is so bad.
It takes a lot for me to say a movie is bad.
Yeah.
So I can't really say that. I can't say that about The Apple. And I can't say that about... It was a movie called Mafia, which was like a spoof. That was terrible. But I can't really say... That's like the extent of my really bad movies.
Interesting. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
good for you.
I can try to find something good in it all.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. Y'all ever watch Sleepaway Camp? If not, then you should watch it because the greatest ending twist of all time. Have not watched it.
No, I don't think I have. I'm trying to think. Because I know the name, but maybe I saw a trailer or something. Have not seen it. We'll look into it.
I'm kind of entertained by Batman and Robin for how bad it is. Not gonna lie. You know what?
That crossed my mind. It's bad, but it's fun. There's good stuff in it.
Do you remember when Poison Ivy shows up in that place and Mr. Freeze is there and a vine drop? No. What's hilarious? The bat card is hilarious. Yeah. But what's hilarious is there's a vine and Arnold Schwarzenegger standing on a stage. Arnold grabs the vine and then just like lifts off the ground like Superman and flies. And I'm like, what? What am I watching?
Poison Ivy was hooking him up.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. We'll say the vine picked him up. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't see what's so bad about Supergirl 1984. Helen Slater played a gorgeous Supergirl. She was, and I think her character was done really well.
I can't.
There was just stuff around it that I watched. I'm like, this is so weird. And maybe it's because I'm comparing it too much to Superman, the movie, which is also
to Christopher Reeve.
It's very cheesy. Like Superman and Superman 2, they're very cornball, but they're a lot of fun. So yeah, I can see Supergirl fitting in that category where it really is a lot of fun. What are your top 3 Pixar movies? For me, The Incredibles, Inside Out, and Up. Top 3 Pixar movies.
I would say Incredibles is one of yours.
It's definitely Incredibles.
Did we do a review on this?
On what?
On our top 3?
I did a ranking a long time ago, like my top 5.
Because it sounds familiar.
Let's see.
Man, I like a lot of them.
I do too.
I mean, like The Good Dinosaur snuck in there recently. That was surprisingly good.
When I got Disney Plus and I watched that, I really enjoyed The Good Dinosaur. So I'll do that. Incredibles, The Good Dinosaur.
I mean, Toy Story's great. Pixar does really well. 3. Up was great. Oh, Up was so good. Oh gosh, too.
Up is good, but that's hard to watch.
It is, but it's so good.
Every time I go back in the first 10 minutes, the opening montage with no lines breaks my heart.
Also great.
That was.
It's really hard to. I don't.
All right.
I would have to look at a list of them and then just go 1, 2,
Up
3.
and Inside Out. That's gonna be what I go with. And Good Dinosaur, I really like. Because I love dinosaurs.
I know,
awesome.
But the thing is, that movie wasn't as good as the others. It's really good,
but it's very good. One or more. Have you seen Jigsaw? Have not seen Jigsaw. No. I don't think you saw Jigsaw, so we'd have to.
I would not have seen it.
I haven't seen any in that franchise, so I'm gonna have to get to that eventually. What is your favorite Spider-Man movie? I like Far From Home a lot.
I like the Miles Morales animated one, Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, I changed my answer. Favorite live action? Far From Home, but favorite as a whole, I'll go with Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that one was surprising for me.
And one day in the year 2035, when we're able to get our hands on a PlayStation 5, I look forward to playing, that Spider-Man Miles Morales game.
When they're not sold out in like 3 seconds.
I mean, my gosh, we get it in the cart and then check.
We don't need to spend the $500.
Do you all like or watch the John Wayne Western movies?
I grew up watching them. My dad enjoyed them a lot, so I enjoyed them too.
Same with my dad.
I want to say Shane is up there.
I don't really have one because I have never seen them all the way through.
The bad, and the ugly.
I've just seen bits and pieces, but they're not bad. I enjoy them.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I like them.
What's better, Batman Begins or The Dark Knight Rises? Between the two of them, I'm gonna go with Batman Begins.
I agree.
It's a great I think Dark Knight Rises is very good, and I think it takes some flack that it probably doesn't need to take.
No, I think it's an excellent movie, but Batman Begins, like, I remember watching that and I went, where did this come from? Because my last experience with a Batman movie was Batman and Robin with George Clooney. So this was way better.
I went into that movie and I thought this was a prequel to the Tim Burton Batman series.
Oh gosh.
That's what I was thinking going in. And when you go in with that low of expectations and you get a movie that good, I had tears streaming down my face.
I doubt you did, but you really enjoyed it.
Whatever. It was awesome. Wife.
Over dramatic.
Last one. What movie is coming up that either you are excited? Hold on.
What are we coming up or anticipated to see?
Okay.
Or
Wonder Woman for sure. I can't wait to see that.
I honestly don't know what's coming out. I've given up trying to care.
I also
they say it's coming and then it's not.
And greatly anticipating Justice League, the director's cut.
Oh yeah, I'm anticipating John Wick 4 and 5.
There you go. That is definitely her. And Matrix 4. I hope that's
Matrix
good.
4 too.
I don't have much faith in it, but hopefully it's a Batman Begins situation.
Yes.
Let's see here. Best and worst X-Men movies. Let's see. I think that first X-Men Origins Wolverine is pretty bad.
Yeah, but it wasn't terrible.
It wasn't terrible, but X-Men 3 I thought was pretty bad.
X-Men 2 is great.
I love X-Men 2. That is so good.
But I also like Days of Future Past. No, yeah, Days of Future Past.
I love both versions of Days of Future Past, the road cut and the theatrical cut.
And I liked all the ones with the new cast.
Yeah,
I know people give Dark Phoenix flack because it wasn't great.
Yeah, I'm back and forth on Dark Phoenix.
I like the first one. Why can't I think of what that one's called?
Oh, First Class.
Oh, First Class. X-Men First Class. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that one is a really good. I liked Apocalypse more than most people. I thought that was a fun movie. X-Men Apocalypse. But yeah, for me, the worst is definitely going to have to be X-Men 3. Logan's the best. I mean,
Logan.
But that goes without saying. I mean, Everybody's gonna probably say Logan is the best in those movies. John Wayne has some classics for sure. The Shootist, The Searchers, Rio Bravo, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance are
Yes.
among my favorites. I
Oh
have.
my gosh, I haven't seen those in years.
I've only seen bits and pieces of all of them, and I don't know which pieces I've seen belong to which
Like
title.
I said, I was a sheltered kid, so we watched whatever my parents watched, and my dad liked those kind of westerns.
What do you think of the TV series Lois and Clark? I think it's probably.
He owns all 4 seasons. Let's start there.
Yeah, I own all 4 seasons. It's incredibly cheeseball, but I freaking love it. Dean Cain is great. I love Terry Hatcher as Lois Lane, but Erica Durance is the best. She just takes the cake and wins the prize for best live action Lois Lane.
And I watched Lois and Clark live. I remember it. And then the scene where he married a clone, I didn't know she married a clone because my parents didn't let me watch it after that. I'm not sure why.
Where Lois was eating a frog.
Yeah, because Lois ate a frog before their wedding night. I'm like, so that was enough for my parents to say turn it off. So I haven't seen the end of the show yet.
I haven't watched Lois and Clark for a long time, but depending on how the future of the world goes here,
I know.
I have it in the chamber because it's like I haven't seen it in a long time, but I love it. Yes, I think the ending of Lois and Clark is horrible. It's horrible. Only because it was an interesting place if it was a season finale, but that's where it ends, and it's like, no. And the villain was stupid in the final episode, but the show is great. Don't let that deter you. Every show
I don't know
has
anything
stupid episodes. Lois and Lane is Lois and Lane.
Lois and Lane?
Lois and Clark is great.
Oh, have you been doing this too long?
I don't know.
These lights get hot in
They
here.
do. So let's do 5 more questions.
All right.
Laura, why don't you lean forward?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have my glasses on.
She doesn't have her glasses.
I don't need them for everything, but with these bright lights coming in your eyes, it makes it difficult to read.
Let's see. I'm just kind of scrolling through looking for questions. Okay. This is a good one. Thoughts on the Cars movies and the Planes movies?
I enjoyed them. I definitely didn't enjoy them as much as some of the other Pixar movies. Like all of the Cars movies were fun, and I saw the Planes one with our nephews.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were there.
I was there, yeah.
And
it was the second one where they were like putting out fires.
Yeah, I didn't see the first one, if there was a first one.
I think there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I saw the first Cars.
It was really well done. They're all really well done. They're just not my favorite. But the Cars ride at Disneyland or Disney's California is awesome. It's worth the wait.
I only like the first Cars movie. I've seen all the Cars movies, and I only like the first one.
I like the one where they raced across the country. Was it across the country?
I don't remember.
Remember there was it's hard to remember. There's the international dude with them and with sorry. As you can see, I've seen it once.
Movies are a series that one loves but other hates. Is there a movie or series
that I love that you hate? The TV show Dinosaurs. I'm like I am the minority in that because apparently everybody that watched it loved it.
It's amazing. I love Dinosaurs, not the mama. Come on.
I don't know what it is. I remember watching a couple episodes growing up. I watched a couple episodes with him, and I'm like, this is stupid.
I have the DVD box set that I can't get through because she hates it.
You can watch it without me.
I work during the day. Oh my gosh, whatever. I love that show. What do you love that I hate? I wouldn't say hate, but you watch This Is Us all the time, and I don't watch
You've never watched it.
Yeah, so I can't say I hate
it.
Yeah,
I know. Normally, the stuff that I know he really doesn't like that much, I try to watch when he's not around. This way, he doesn't have to go. Oh, you didn't like Roswell.
Oh, that got irritating.
He drove me crazy when he kept saying, more of this. And then he left and he came back and there was like this epic scene going on. And he went, what's that? That looks awesome. Why am I not watching this show? And I'm like, well,
a friend a long time ago let me borrow her DVD box set of Roswell.
I watched them all when I was sick.
And I was done like a couple episodes in, and she just binged the whole darn thing.
Because I watched it live and watching it again. It's like you're living your childhood again. It was fun.
All right, let's see here. Have you ever heard of the music duo Electric Youth? If not, you should check them out. I think they're underrated. I will have to check them out because I have not heard of them. Have you ever watched Seven with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt? Did you see that? I haven't seen that one, actually.
Oh, I think you would enjoy it.
Good. What did you think?
I haven't seen it in like 20 years. So I remember watching it. I remember really liking it, but I feel like I'm about to merge it with another movie, and I don't want to be wrong. But I do remember really liking it. But I also like Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Questions like these are always so hard. What movie disappointed you? So let me think about that. Do you have one that has disappointed
That
you?
jumps out.
Hmm.
And I could feel like we could go back to your reviews and we could find one because I remember leaving something and I was just thinking it was such a disappointment.
So I can say The Lost World Jurassic Park is a good movie, and it disappointed me in the end, the whole San
Yeah.
Diego scene. Jurassic Park 3 definitely disappointed me. But again, that's expectations. I went back and rewatched it recently. It's not like it's that bad. But just in terms of Jurassic Park and what I've come to like love about it, it was kind of disappointing. And then Lost World saved it. Fallen Kingdom is a mixture of a little disappointing but really good.
It's so hard because we haven't been to the movies in so
I
long
know.
that I'm like,
That's what's at the top
I'm
of my
trying
head.
to remember because there was a movie not too long ago that I'm like, that was just disappointing. It's good.
Oh, and Gabriel says goodbye. Thank you, Gabriel, so much for
Thanks for
joining
being
us.
here.
Yes. Let's see here. What is your favorite movie in the Star Wars sequel trilogy? The first one, The Force Awakens. That's my favorite one.
I agree.
Yeah, that is definitely my
Yeah.
favorite. Let's see here. We have agreement that X-Men 2 is the best. Let's see. Stephen Gray. What's with dads and Western movies? I have no idea. I really have no idea. I think we've done more than 5 questions,
We
haven't we?
probably have.
Let's-
So jump towards the bottom.
Okay, let's do it.
Pick
Oh,
2
we're at the
more
bottom.
and
So
we're
let's
done.
okay, 2 more. I was gonna say final 3, but happy wife.
Fine,
happy.
3. I can do 3.
Okay, 3. Okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh my gosh. We could have done 4 in the time that you're going through this.
Did you hear that the actor Freddy Krueger is coming to Stranger
Yes!
Things? Yes. She actually was the one who told me about that.
Yes.
And I am super excited to see that.
We just watched. Wait. Oh no, wrong. Is Freddy Krueger's Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yes, we just watched
we only just watched it, and I enjoyed that. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
The accordion arms.
Yep, the accordion arms. And I had to put that Dr. Evil thing in there. Hug. Give me a hug.
Give me a hug.
Yeah, that was just awesome. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. You know, Aaron, I want to give you thoughts on the Peanuts movie, but I have not seen that movie because I wasn't
We need to
super
watch it.
interested to see it. Let's see. Gotta say, Land Before Time is one of the saddest movies ever. Yes!
It's so good, though.
And that's a children's movie.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh. We can answer this together, Laura, on the count of 3. Favorite Smallville episode. 1,
I don't
2.
want to know what the name is. The one with Brainiac in the
Brainiac 5!
future!
Yay! Yes.
Season 10, episode
Whatever.
18 or whatever, where he goes, so
All
good!
right. Somebody drop in one last question before we say goodnight. We're waiting. Drop in that final question. And while somebody's dropping in the final question.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. I mean, my goodness, over an hour. We've had a good steady number of people. This is our first time doing our Thanksgiving edition live. So we want to say thank you so much for joining us. Let's see here. Oh, and it's Smallville. Smallville was one of the best finales. That's not a question. So I'll wait for the last question. But it is, yes, because there's a lot of shows that have disappointing finales.
Yes.
I'm going to save my thoughts on that until I get to my season 10 review.
I will say there's other shows that I think have better finales. Battlestar Galactica's finale was phenomenal, and Parks and Recreation. Those 2 are probably my favorite finales.
I'm going to cheat and do 2 more because I think both these last 2 are great.
Okay, but no more.
No more. So
Nathan
girl. And Stephen Gray, you have our last 2 questions for the night. Are you looking forward to any upcoming MCU content? For me, it peaked with Endgame with the perfect end. I agree, number 1, that it kind of has peaked with me with Endgame. So I am excited for upcoming content, but I'm not over the moon like I have been in the past. I will say that first preview for WandaVision was so good that interests me. So I'm
more interested in the Loki show. And I'm thinking of movie-wise.
Well, he said content. So movie-wise for me, it's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
What's the why do I want to say 10 Rings? Is that
that's going to be the one with the Kung Fu one.
The Kung Fu one. I'm interested because I don't know anything about it.
Oh my gosh.
So my interest is peaked. I know. Oh my gosh, we're just drawing blanks.
But anyway,
that's what happens when you have bright lights in your eyes for over an hour.
But anyway, yeah. So I'm looking forward to WandaVision for sure, just because how different it is in Loki on Disney Plus. So
okay, and
here,
last
question for Shang-Chi. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shang-Chi.
Man, mine was just gone.
Laura, what are you thankful for? So cheesy.
This boy.
I'm thankful for my nerdy wife.
And I'm also thankful that we're healthy and happy and whole, and that, God is good.
God is good. 2020
might
might be bad, but God is always good.
Yes.
On
indeed.
that note, let's close off this first ever live 6th annual Thanksgiving edition, the Thanksgiving for Nerds.
Thank you all for being here.
Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us. You asked great questions. You had great content, and it was just so fun. I love doing these live things and hanging out with you. And thank you, Laura, for doing this live with me. It has just been so long since we did a video together, and our first one live. Yeah. And I think it was a blast.
Yes, so I do too.
Hopefully I can convince her to join me for more
Need to have
live
good
videos.
reasons to have me on there.
Yeah. So again, thank you all so much for joining us. Like I said, coming up here on Sunday, got my special theological review for Elf, dropping Elf through the lens of 2020. 1 week from this Sunday, I'll be dropping my Smallville season 8 review, and we'll be finishing out Smallville before we hit Christmas.
2021.
Yes.
And then maybe a New Mutants review, depending on
and
how the
somewhere in there,
goes.
it just depends on all the stuff that's going on. So thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And if you like what you saw here today, hit that like button, share this with a friend, and hit that subscribe button to become a Durbanian. Hit the bell by the subscribe button so you're notified for the next time Laura and I go live, or for my next movie review and ranking video, theological analysis, or whatever else I do here. I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura. Sorry. Almost missed the ending. I'm so used to hearing you saying, I'm Durbin. Thanks for watching Durbania.
Yeah, that's what she's used to. Well, I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
Thanks for watching Durbania.